right, a little bit of impact. Now, I'm going to make this very clear because I need to get this done now so I don't forget it. Guys, I know no one said anything, but I know what's coming up on the 28th. We got 3 shows coming on at the same time on Sunday. Forbidden Door, Great American Bash, and Slammiversary. I will be doing Slammiversary only. Then the next day, I will do, I will do Forbidden Door. And I will probably skip Great American Bash, but I will watch it, so I will know what's going on for the next NXT show. But I'm going to do Forbidden Door on Monday, and I will do Slammiversary Sunday. It's as simple as that. I thought I'd say it right now. Now, let me make this very clear. Was this a good show leading into Slammiversary? Not bad. But knowing what's been going on with TNA, that they've already released several people, including Steve Macklin and, Anna Gray, I forgot her name. Gray? I'm like, it's not exactly good what's been going on with TNA. Hasn't been very good. And then you see production value, particularly when it comes to the camera work, where they're allowing one cameraman, don't know who he is, to do whatever the hell he wants with the camera, which is very disorientating, where he... which is stupid. They didn't learn their lesson for Scott D'Amore. They were having someone do the same damn thing, and it's on their team. Doing the same thing whenever there are chops outside the ring or in the ring, he wants to accentuate it. I don't care if he's doing it. I don't care if Tommy allows it. I don't care if Carlos Silva. It's stupid. I have to say it now because I just want to get over with. But let me... excuse me. Let me give it to you like this. This wasn't a bad show in Denver, Colorado. I'm just going to say it. I was not happy with the camera work, but it wasn't a bad show. Opening, which I'm kind of surprised they went there with this. I am very surprised, but I understand why they did it. Because they want to set up what's going to happen at Slammiversary. But the opening, Eric Young versus Mike Santana. I knew Eric wasn't going to win, and I'm going like, what do they have in store for the rest of the show? Because having this now means they're trying to set something up, which we knew Casey and a little bit of the Ali was going to have their moment, but it should have been at the beginning. Let's make it clear. International Championship should have opened the show, and the World Championship should have closed it, but there had to be a reason, which we did get one. I'll give you this. Seeing the ref get nailed once due to the fact of, well, someone hitting him by accident and then getting a nut shot to another, and that is Santana by Eric Young. I'm going to tell you this. It wasn't a bad match, but Eric Young feels like he's underutilized. Let's make it very clear. The cleanse doesn't feel important. If the cleanse was supposed to be important, there has to be something that's extra that should make it important. And just knowing he wants to cleanse everything, just like when he did Violence by Design, then the second iteration of it, and now this, there should be something extra. Something that's a cost to anyone who's involved in the cleanse. And I just don't see it. Now, when it comes to Ricky Salter, he's back, and now they're going to have their feud, and that's the reason why, well, pretty much Eric Young lost. But in the end, it just felt like it needed more. And we did get it, because guess who came out? The one who came out was Nick Nimitz. He made it very clear, I could have came out here and just nailed your ass and just got the title. But I told you I'm going to face you like a man and call my shot at Slammiversary. Puts his hand out, they shake, still not totally trusting. That's Nick. Well, not Nick. Nick is not going to show he's not trusting. But Santana's not totally trusting. And they just separate after that. It wasn't a bad opening. And it does set up for Slammiversary, which I didn't have a problem with. Next match. Elijah, or is he Elijah, versus Mr. Elegance. We had Elijah come out doing his catchphrase and playing the guitar, and then we had someone who had a cease and desist. Well, no, was it a cease and desist? In the beginning, he was given a cease and desist order, And now he's being sued because he did exactly like AJ Francis thought he would do. He thought, oh, I'm not going to stop whether you give me something or not, so I'm going to sue you. Now we're getting suing. And let's make it very clear. Am I interested in this feud? No. Is it badly done? No, it's not. Elijah lost to Mr. Elegance, which gives him what he needs. And pretty much, you still got AJ Francis holding something over Elijah. The question's going to be, what are they going to do about it when it comes to the stipulation? And I do believe that'll be at Slammiversary. I do believe they'll do the stipulation in Slammiversary. No, I don't think they're going to do the stipulation in Slammiversary. They're going to do it some other time because they are going to have a match, but I don't think there'll be a stipulation to it. I don't remember. But they will do something there. Next. Okay. Let me give it to you like this. I'm going to skip over the system with, I better do it. I'm going to do it. I can do it. You got the system versus Leon and Eichner. Fabian Eichner. I believe his name is Fabian. Let me give it to you like this. Seeing that there's not going to be one challenger for the X Division Championship, it's now two because you got Eichner and you got Leon that will be trying to get that from Cedric Alexander. That does give us something good there, and I have no problem with it. But knowing that the other story they have is Moose, and look, we've done this before. We've done this before. Years ago, when Moose was dealing with Eddie Edwards, and Eddie turned heel on Moose, and Moose was willing to do anything to get his hands on Eddie. Was it Eddie who turned on Moose, or was it Moose who turned on Eddie? I can't remember which one. One of them turned on each other. I think it was Eddie turning on Moose. But the thing here is this. This isn't the first time they've done this, where Moose and Eddie have had their feud. This has to end, because I'm not interested in seeing another rehashing of Moose and Eddie. This is one of the problems when they have with TNA. The rosters like this compared to WWE or AEW. And they're like this. So they have to rehash a lot of feuds that you think should not be rehashed, but they're going to be rehashed. So that's one of the major issues we got here. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. But it is, let's make it clear, it is story that we have that is a long-term story compared to AEW that's still having problems doing their stories, and WWE that is worse than TNA, where they have stories that isn't like, that hasn't been tried, but at least they tweak it. Let's make it clear. The Eddie Edwards and Moose, yes, it is their same story, but at least they tweaked it using another faction compared to the faction that was being created the second time, which was before the actual feud they had when there was no faction. It's just one turned heel on the other. But WWE is keeping the same feud with the same people with the same story. The most they did was just add Jacob Fatu. And that's rehashing of guess who? Sami Zayn. I'm sorry. At least the system's a little bit different. Let's move on. Now, the match that I'm sure people would say I hated it, or some are going to say that this was damn funny, is going to be the Elegance Brand versus Allie, Demon Bunny, Demon Assassin Rosemary, and Mara Sade, who just basically likes to hang with some crazy people. And let's make this clear. Am I hating this? No, it made me laugh. It did. I'm not going to lie. It made me laugh. And it was the point of the doll. Because, let's make this clear. You know that Ash is a comedic wrestler. She is. She's a comedic wrestler that does have her moments when she's serious. Not all the time. Let's make it clear. Ash is a comedic wrestler somewhere around here. She hovers between above average, and sometimes below average. Because she does average to above. She does. Whether you like her or not, she can wrestle. Not the greatest wrestler, but she can wrestle. She can hold promos. She can do skits. Her titties look great. They're this big. And she knows how to use them. And in this situation where Rosemary pulls under the ring a doll that looks mostly like Ash, and Ash has to imitate every move that doll does, including Mara Sade making her do her dance, and then the concierge getting hit in the face. I believe it was by Mara Sade, and you see Ash having to watch the doll, does a butt splat, and just lays like this. Let's make, I think I'll put that image, it's in my face right now. Let's make it clear. I know not everyone's going to like Ash. I know you're not liking 100% all the time with Ash. But you cannot say that Ash isn't entertaining. She is entertaining. She has her moments. And this is one of those moments, it was just silly. Okay? It was silly. Everyone else did their moments. Even M getting bit by Allie and crying like a bitch. Fine. Of course, I believe it was, who got the pin? Allie got the pin on Heather. That means now they get the opportunity against the tag champs, probably at Slammiversary. It's alright. Not against it. They're letting Allie get back into the main title scene, but it's the tag titles, not the main title. No problem. It's okay. Now, let's get to one part I did not talk about when it came to Elijah versus Miss Elegance, because I was talking about let's make it clear, AJ France and him are going to have that match. But Mr. Elegance, after winning that match and celebrating, gets his ass handed to him by Zaya. No, not Zaya. Well, technically, he got his ass handed to him by Ling Yang Lee, which she got her ass somewhat handed to her by Zaya Brookside, but then didn't because Zaya managed to escape. I think that's the best way to say it. Let me give it to you like this. Is this a good story? It's an okay story. Yes, it is. It's an okay story. I just wish they had more development for Zaya when she turned heel. Like, they never showed her getting pissed off when she looked at her dad's video. She never did. She acted just friendly and happy. But if they'd shown an image of her or just a scene of her going, threw away the phone or something, just put the phone down, something, that would never give me an issue. But it didn't do that. That was the problem for me personally. So the story going into Slammiversary is fine. I have no problem with it. Now, let's get to, what can I say about the Righteous? The Righteous doing Lily of the Garden, no, not Lily of the Garden, Lily of the Valley, saying that they didn't want to kill Jeff. They just wanted to understand that his time is over. Wasn't bad. I did think they were going to do something at the Hardy compound. That's what I was thinking. But they chose not to do it this time around because the Hardy compound has been used for the outlandish shit that the Hardys have done before. And maybe they will do it again against the Righteous. But they didn't do it this time. But Santino came out. And yes, I could talk about what happened with him talking to, we already know that, and I'm just saying with Indy, she was going to get back in the main title picture, but now they're rehashing what happened with her and Elena Black, so I don't need to talk about that. But here, the Righteous, the Hardys, and the System are going to have a match that's going to be, was it a steel cage? No, a ladder match, my mistake. A steel cage match. Okay. I don't have a problem with them being in a steel cage. This will be interesting at the pay-per-view. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I will not mind seeing it. But here's the big question. Having it in a ladder match style. And there needs to be something extra to go with it. That a cost for the Hardys. Maybe the Hardys will say if they don't win their titles back, they will retire. That might be it. Or split up as a tag team. I think that might be the best thing for them. Because I don't think the Hardys are retiring for at least a couple of more years easily. But I wouldn't mind seeing Jeff and Matt split off. Jeff goes to the International Championship title reign or world title, and Matt does the same thing. They don't need to go after the X Division. They can go after Ali. Either one of them could go after Ali, and the other one can go after Santana. Or Cedric Alexander. Either one. Finally, the final match. The setup is done. I think that might be the title for this video. When we see... Oh, this is kind of sad. Because KC... Look, you look at what I said at AEW Dynamite. When it was Maya World getting to be allowed to go further into the Owen Hart tournament by two possibilities. And I think it's a combination of the two. One, they actually like Maya World, and they're considering hiring her. And two, her family her brother just recently died within the last, I think, couple of days of the week. I don't know when he died. Maybe in a couple of days, in the last couple of days, maybe yesterday, maybe a couple of days before. I believe, this is me, they did a combination of the two. They actually like her and they want to hire her. And because of her brother dying, they gave her the opportunity to continue going into the Owen Hart tournament. Here, KC lost his uncle. He had been battling, I believe, cancer. And my heart goes to you. I understand that myself. My own mother died of complications to cancer treatment back in the 90s. And I understand how hard it is to lose family. So my heart goes out to KC. If he saw this, KC, I'm sorry, dude. My heart goes out to you. And I think a part of me really wanted him to win. I know he wasn't going to win, but a part of me really wanted him to win. Or at least they cheated so much that Santino had to give him a rematch. Not saying that he would win the second one, but at least get him another opportunity to really show what he can do to build up his character. That's kind of what I wanted. Now, I knew he wasn't going to win, and he didn't. It was a good match, though. Out of all the matches, I felt this was the best match for me, personally. It was a good match. In the end, he lost. And when it was over, and they focused on his knee, and that's Ali putting him into the sharpshooter, and he was done. When you see the situation with pretty much Order 4 circling, and you got Santana promising to come out, even though his neck was messed up from the previous match, and Nick promising to come out, flat out they did. They fought them off, they got Agent Zero out of the ring, and as Santana was checking up on KC, guess who gave him a danger zone? It was Nick Nimitz. And the thing that gets me that you see that Nick's brother, my little brother, is just trying to throw my shit off because he can't keep his mouth shut. That is the reason why he's always saying, calm down, it's all right. I got this. I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do, which he did. He said, I'm going to face you like a man and say I'm calling my shot then. I'm not going to try and cheat you, which he did. But he gave his ass a danger zone to remind him, I kept my word. I'm not going to try and cheat you and face you when you're hurt. I'm facing you at Slammiversary, and I'm going to give you a danger zone for your trouble before it happens. So that setup, I actually didn't mind. In fact, I kind of liked it. Because he did keep his word, but we know he's damn snake anyway, so he still acted like a snake, even though he was a nice snake for a short time. Was this a good show? It wasn't bad. Camera work, I'm still not fond of because I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's... Look, Tommy, I don't care if it's him. Carlos Silva, I don't care if it's him. Delirious, I don't care if it's him. I don't care if it's anyone who is on that creative team or the production team. You keep making someone or allow them to keep doing that when you shouldn't is freaking annoying, and it's stupid because WWE doesn't get fans liking that all the time. One of the reasons why people didn't like Scott D'Amore was he let that happen a lot. And people were annoyed with it, including myself. It's dumb. But this is just me. Peace.